welcome back. This is episode 2 of my Road to 5K irating series on iRacing. So right now I'm at about 2200 irating after winning the last race at Suzuka. And how the system works is that if you race guys that are, or race people who have more irating, you get more rating if you beat them. So I got at about 100 last race. And yeah, the plan is just to keep driving clean and consistent and finish within the top 5, and I'll probably get anywhere from 50 to 80 on average per race. And yep, so this is my qualifying lap around Zandvoort, which is the race in the rotation for this class, the Delara F3 class this week. I'm pretty familiar with the circuit, raced a lot on the F1 games, so I had confidence in it, but with these cars you can kind of run over the curbs more than you can in the F1 game, so it was a little bit of a thing to get used to, but yeah, this lap was okay. I mean, it was about 4/10 off my PB. I think I had a moment in this corner. Yeah, so try to take too much speed into there, and then the rear end kind of just, or I got a little bit of understeer on the exit, so lost a couple tenths in there. But other than that, I mean, the lap was pretty clean. And yeah, this was enough for P5, so sets me up decently for the race. Not exactly what I wanted, but yeah, should be fun. So on to the race start. Qualified P5, like I said. Everyone out here was pretty evenly matched outside the guy in first who got pulled by 4/10. But yeah, on to the race start. The guy to my right had a terrible start, got wheel spin, so up to P4 now. There's a guy kind of on my right side. Kind of let the door open a little bit there, just because I don't want to crash. Even here, kind of lifted early, but he backed out. So be P4 for now, and yeah, pretty clean start. So now I just want to get into rhythm and see what my pace was relative to the other guys, which you'll see it isn't as good as Suzuka, which I expected because in terms of driving style, my weakness is really the long corners, which Zandvoort consists of a lot of, and that's because I tend to lean more towards taking a tight line, so try to minimize how far I need to turn the car. So yeah, so like some of these corners I'll turn in just too early and try to cut the line down shorter to save time and tires, because if you take a shorter line you're saving tires because you're not going as far, but it's obviously not as fast. So yeah, struggled a little bit, but I had top 5 pace, so that's all I can really ask for. And yep, lap 1 pretty clean, got into rhythm like I want, and yeah, just go from there. So on to the next lap, and formation is basically still the same. The guys ahead are slightly faster. The guy behind is about the same pace. So I was running P4, and then these guys thought it was 2021 Monza Grand Prix, Verstappen Hamilton turn 1. So now I'm up to P3, but you'll see in a moment that I saw that and got kind of excited. I had a slight moment. I don't know if you guys can see. I had a slight moment, and that put me wide. And now there's a guy in my gearbox that was kind of following closely. He was probably maybe like a tenth or two quicker, so I said I just let him have it. I was content with where I was, so I was a P3 for a moment, and then just gave it up immediately, making like that's a very small mistake to put me offline. So, which kind of foreshadowed the rest of the race, including a mistake from another driver. But yeah, I really struggled with turn 1 due to the corner and the driving style, like I kind of mentioned earlier. So yeah, definitely a weak spot for me, but yep, just gonna chill in P4 for now and just trying to manage the gaps behind. So about a half a lap later, on to lap 4, or lap 5 really, but the guy in front of me pulling away slightly. And like I said, I messed up the recording. So like in the bottom left of the screen, on my screen when I was racing, you can see the gaps to the car in front and behind. The entire race, I can just say the entire race, this guy was within 7 to 8 tenths of my gearbox. So it might not look as stressful watching, but when you have a guy that's chasing you down the whole race, it's definitely not a comfortable driving experience, especially when you know that and on most of the corners you're probably going to be lagging slightly. But yeah, just still chilling on P4, I guess, for now, and whenever something happens, there'll be an update. So 2.5 laps later, gap in front is still basically the same. And if you can see in the mirror, the top middle of the screen, like, you can see the guy in P5 just chasing me as well, or not really chasing me, just kind of making me uncomfortable. And at the top right, you can see the track map where the guy in first is just, I don't know, he is so fast. But yeah, he's gone. So basically, just about fighting for just hold my position or get P3. But yeah, right here, coming up to a lapped car, so was pretty frustrating. I lost probably a couple tenths, but he got out the way there, and yeah, I lost a couple tenths to the guy in front, but fortunately the guy behind didn't really gain, so maintained about the 7 to 8 tenth gap. Lost a bit of time to the guys ahead, but I already knew in my head that I probably just wasn't going to catch anyone in front of me, so I just wanted to hold P4 for now and see if any opportunities opened up later in the race. So another 2.5 laps later, guy in front probably pulled away by about a second. I was not like I was really struggling. I was just slow compared to guys ahead. So the guy behind was still kind of within 9 tenths. And yeah, as I alluded to earlier, I just wanted to see if there's an opportunity for anything to happen. And yeah, the guy in P2 just completely bends the car. Even I laughed during it, even though I usually keep a straight face when I race, but. So I'll briefly explain kind of what happened here. What I was struggling with a lot of the race was carrying too much speed into turn 1, turn 3, and then turn 4. If you carry too much speed into turn 3, essentially you run out wide out to the green part of the track, which you can kind of see. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but there's it's like offline, so there's gonna be marbles, which decreases grip. And whenever that happens, you run out wide onto the curb. And well, at least for this turn, you run out wide into the curb. And once I play the video, you'll see that when he does go into the curb, the car bottoms out, which basically entails that at least one of the wheels aren't touching the ground. So basically, it just spins the car out completely, and there's no way to really save that. So that's what I was kind of struggling with, and that's why I was losing about a couple of tenths in that corner, just because I didn't want that to happen, and I was just prioritizing staying clean. So yeah. So back to my POV. This is about 10 seconds after that crash, same lap. So yeah, like I said, they don't have the true gaps, but you can see top left, the guy he's cleared the field. Kind of like I was in Suzuka, and well, even it's actually more of an extreme scale here. But yeah, I'm running P3 now, and you see the top right, the guy behind is pretty close, and yeah, just trying to maintain position and hopefully finish on the podium. So 3.5 laps later, on the lap 16 it'll be, so 4 laps actually, or 5, and yeah, nothing's happened. Literally, I've just been driving clean and consistent. As you can see the top in the mirror, the guy is still following really close behind me, but I'm just been managing it. It was stressful, but yeah, I was actually catching the guy in front of me a little bit, but I knew I didn't have the pace to overtake, especially due to how hard it is to overtake around this track. So yeah, just chilling P3, and yeah. So this is the second and final lap, so I'll show the rest of the race from here, and yeah, no commentary. So yeah. So on to the final quarter of the final lap, and yeah, I was pretty satisfied at finishing P3. I wasn't too happy about finishing like 12 seconds, 15 seconds off the lead, but it is what it is. So it was my first race on that track. But yeah, definitely a more interesting video, I'd say, than the last one, or episode than the last one, just because of my situation. Instead of really just being faster than everybody, I was lacking a bit in pace, so I had someone just on my gearbox the whole race, and it was super stressful. But yeah, it was still fun, and I got 83 points, so only like 3,000 more to go. So yeah, cool. Episode 3 should be out probably Friday or Saturday, depending. I don't know if I can get to making the videos, and yeah, maybe I include more races in them as well if I have more time, instead of just one race per video. I can do like 2 or 3. But yeah, hope you enjoyed.